Hello and welcome to the 98th. Hopefully I get that right. If I don't, so what? The 98th episode of Live Talks with Fawole. We have the Wizard.
Is that Wu-Tang, yeah? Wu-Tang.
No, the Wizard.
Tang is in the building.
Gone, but not forgotten. The voice behind the camera. And we also have in studio the Metaphorest, aka Meta, aka Poetry Guru, aka if you don't know, get to know, my bro, don't know. Come give me free.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see what that felt like. Jeez, hey, I've watched enough podcasts to know that's special.
Yeah, come on,
that's the one. Yeah.
Come on. We do this. I do that. Yeah. I do that on I don't even know where it came from, but I do that here. Because I like to celebrate celebrative, just celebrating.
Yeah, it's just like celebration-y.
Yeah. And then also do it at my show, The Poet Behind the Mic. When people come on the stage and give them a little bit of energy to come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hosting's hard, you know. Like I can't host, you know. I'm the guy behind the mic and I get someone else to host usually. Yeah.
Do you know what, yeah? I love coming into this world, the poetry world. Because I know you from the poetry world.
Yeah.
I love the humility of everybody that's within this world. Everyone's like, you know what, I do this, but I don't do this. Bruv, you're an amazing host. Like, I've seen you around doing your bit. You're amazing. You're an amazing host. You seem like such a warm human being. And that's what I'm here to unpack and find out who you are, what's what. And
I leave some mystique for the audience, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
You gotta let them think, like, want more. They need to figure out in person, innit? Come to the show.
Yeah, that's if they, you know, that's if they don't watch his podcast. I'm gonna open everything out. We're gonna learn everything about Meta.
Jeez, this is gonna be in depth.
What's your government, if you don't mind? You don't know government.
Yeah, it's cool. Like some people know it's John. It's just a very basic, you know, English name. Yeah. You know I mean, if you want to Spanish it up, it's Juan. Juan. Yeah.
Juan. I mean, ¿habla español?
No, I don't. You know, but it's basically where I come from, I'm Filipino, innit? So it's a Spanish colony.
Okay.
You know, invasion.
So, un poco español.
You got better Spanish than me. No. So how my language is Tagalog, right? There's some Spanish words in there. It's just peppered it, and then traditional Filipino is in there.
Can you call it again? How do you pronounce the language?
Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Yeah. So
Tagalog is a national language of the Philippines.
It's the main dialect. There's like another 100, maybe 1,000 dialects in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like with any country, it's not just one dialect. There's others.
Yeah.
Sporadic. So
even in England, they talk different up north to down here.
Yeah.
It's very
exactly.
Different.
So, obviously, the main influence was like the Spanish wave. Obviously, when they came over, they ruled for about 300. I'm giving you a history lesson. 333 years, and then when we were fighting them, then they kind of gave it to the US, and then we were fighting the US for a bit. But then the US tried to spin it like they gave us our independence and it. So it's nuts.
So I know. I think I know one Filipino word, if I'm right. Salamat.
Oh yeah, that's the important one. It's thank you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then if you want to say like thank you very much, like maraming salamat. So maraming makes it more.
Maraming salamat.
Yeah. Okay. Like if you want to say like love, like mahal, maraming, like I think it's maraming mahal or something like that.
Mahal.
Yeah, kita, and then kita is like you to me, kind of like you're there. You know what I mean?
Okay, kita. Nice.
So it's actually kind of cute. So if you say you love someone, like mahal kita, so it's very cute. Yeah. Or like if I'm gonna meet you later, it's kita kits. So
kits.
Yeah, exactly.
Kita kits.
So I mean, don't test me on my Tagalog. I'm not representing like that.
It's nice. It sounds nice. Tell us again.
Tagalog. Yeah.
Tagalog.
Yeah.
It sounds nice, man.
Even the etymology. Yeah. So I took some Tagalog lessons. So Tagalog is taga ilog, like from the river. So Tagalog is like it's the dialect from the river. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a deep one, isn't it? Yeah. I like it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I love it. You know what I like as well? Your energy and your temperament is nice.
Yeah, I mean, at this time in the morning, I'm kind of like, I had tea yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, but thank you so much.
I'm dead. You know it's not morning, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, to me, this is the earliest I've been.
Well, you know it's not morning, right? Yeah, it's not morning, right?
Yeah, we're filming the PM.
We passed the midday. We passed the halfway mark.
Yeah.
It's not even like it's brunch time. Yeah. So being Filipino, and living here, was you born in the Philippines?
No, I was actually born here. So my parents kind of like moved into like West London, West 1. So I was born in Paddington, St. Mary's Hospital. Okay. I think that's where the princes are born, isn't it?
Okay, easy.
I'm not saying that I'm related like that. I'm not that bougie. But I mean,
I was born with the princes born, you know.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been west northwest all my life nearly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm from that side of London.
Okay.
And then I moved to northwest, I think around secondary school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been about.
So when you spoke about the Philippines, for me, you sounded very patriotic. As in, you knew, because like if you could ask me questions about Nigeria, I don't know as much as I feel like I should know. I don't know as much as like the next person who's been there about like the civil wars and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
When you spoke from a place of knowledge as far as I'm concerned. Like you could probably break down more for me. Where does that come from?
I think it comes from my dad, because my dad's very patriotic. But like you, I don't know much about my country in terms of like, I know some of the history, I don't know all of it. And my language, and I don't know my language despite being my father's son.
Tagalog.
Like Tagalog, yeah.
Tagalog,
so,
sorry.
Tagalog, yeah.
Tagalog,
so it's kind of weird, like when my uncles and aunties look at me and they know I can't speak it. They're like, oh, yo, Phil, what happened there? Like my dad's called Phil.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, what happened? Like there's because you know, if you met my dad, like he's proper like he lives there now.
Okay. In the Philippines, yeah?
Yeah. So basically, like, him and my mum are still together, but he literally just kind of, because he bought land in the early 90s.
Okay.
So like him and my mum were just grafting to buy land back home.
Yeah.
So like he just looks after it. So he comes like between here and there to look after it. Yeah, I've not lived there, but I used to go like nearly every year and then nearly every other year. But as I got older, the gaps got bigger. Because obviously I had to start paying for that. You know what I mean? You know when your parents are like, come Philly, they pay your ticket. But then like, oh, you got to buy your ticket. Now I was like, I can't do it. It's expensive, you know?
Yeah, life's expensive.
Yeah, life expensive.
We don't realise how much our family do for us when we're young and take care of us. The real ones, you know? When you got real family, take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, yeah.
But you put in your big boy pants now, you got to pay your own way and that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I was going to say I had a job at the time, innit? So I could pay for it.
Yeah. What you doing?
Okay, so for the people that don't know, I think some people do, but like I literally had like a proper office job and I quit that in 2018.
Okay.
So it was like I was working in head office for Selfridges.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in the graphics department.
Okay. So you're a graphic designer? Not
even the graphics. So basically in the graphics department, there's like, you got artists and then graphic designers, and then I was just in the print section of it.
Okay.
So I would just print stuff out.
Okay.
Put it out on the shop floor.
Okay.
But it was good, you know, I was just getting paid to just be there and print stuff. So like, you know what I mean? It was good. But so when I decided to leave, people were looking at me crazy, like all you have to do is just print stuff. And yeah. But I felt like I needed to do something more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the more? What was it like? Was it like I don't want to say it for you, but like at work for me doing security, which I haven't done for a little while now, which I don't really want to go back into if I can help it.
I see.
But I still got to work at the moment. I've got to work. It was just like I just knew I wasn't supposed to be there. I'd be working. I'd be like, nah.
But you're more than that, you know what
I mean? Yeah.
I'm
more than, and I wanted more, and I knew I could do more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though I could do the job I was doing quite easily and get through it, even though there's loads of fights and stuff, forget all that stuff. But it was just like, I knew I wanted more. So what was the feeling for you? Because you're in a decent job, getting decent money, not too much stress.
Yeah, not too much stress, bro. Like there was times where like I would just do nothing behind the desk. You know what I mean? Other than that, I do work hard. Like so, when I was not doing work behind the desk, I would just like think of other things to do in it creatively. And then I think obviously this is kind of like before George Floyd and all that, but I was getting microaggressions and experiencing a different type of thing from other people. So I was like,
getting what?
Like microaggressions. So you know, like microaggressions. You know, like because you know, in any corporate situation, you're gonna probably be like the only person of color, if not one of a few. So I was feeling a little bit like me and my team were kind of a little bit outcasted a little bit in the corporate
the work
environment.
The work environment.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it was a bit different. So because basically like at my time there, everyone in the graphics department was mostly white, and there was like maybe one Asian girl in doing the designing, And then my team were the only people of color from London, and everyone else that was white was like from outside of London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think like being who you are, where you're from?
Yeah.
Even though you're Anglo-Philippine because you're born here.
Yeah, I was born. Yeah.
Stole that from you, Oleg.
Anglo. That sounds so different. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's true. Like British.
Yeah,
English,
Anglo.
yeah,
I'm learning the words. Like Anglo, is that where England comes from? The word England, Anglo.
I think so. Help me out.
I don't know. Like,
help me out here because Oleg ain't here to help me. My mate told me no. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay,
but I'm not 1,000,000%. I don't like to say something.
I'm not an expert either, bro. Like, I'm just.
I had a guest on who told me about the word Anglo, and I started using it. I grabbed it. I just, I use it for my own purposes.
Yeah, for sure. So I forgot what the question was.
No, so being Filipino, Anglo-Filipino, you're born here, but your parents from different country, right?
Yeah, they came
over.
So
what has been your experience? Because you're talking about, I don't know what you've experienced in work, but just feeling a bit different, and the George Floyd thing, so you trigger stuff for you, microaggressions.
Yeah.
What has been your experience of, not to go down a negative, of racism or prejudice or anything like that? How have you kind of experienced it? Because a lot of people would say, okay, well, a lot of people know that being black isn't easy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People like there's a lot that goes with that, and that's where the George Floyd thing came from. But for me, it's like being anything that's different. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it could not be easy.
White. Yeah,
anything that's not white. And what's your experience of that?
Like if in terms of earlier stuff, you get the stereotypical stuff. Asian kind of stereotypes and stuff like that. So
Can I just say one more thing? Sorry.
Yeah.
We're saying about not being white, but my thing is, I don't think if I went to your country, I'd feel out of sorts. And I don't think the same in my country and stuff. It's when we're in the Western countries or certain countries. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think, like, I know a lot of Filipinos. They're so warm and welcoming, even over warm and welcoming. And certain other nations are like that. So I think it's only when we come to these Western kind of, like Americas or England, that kind of feeling's there. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, speaking of that, I just found out that Philippines is like the 10th friendliest country in the world. Like, I just put that in my story the other day.
Yeah.
So in terms of experience, stereotypes. Back in the day, like, I don't think there was a lot of Filipinos back in the day. So the only people's reference of Asian people were like maybe Indians, maybe Chinese. So like, obviously, I look more like the other I look East Asian rather than South Asian. So yeah, like I would get those kind of jokes and that kind of stuff. Growing up and then going into like corporate and working, when you're working on the shop floor, it's all cool because like everyone's brown, there's a bit of white, like there's a bit of white people in there, but everyone just gets on because obviously you're from London, everyone's from London, everyone's used to it. But then as you go higher up into like corporate, you see less people that are, of color, and then basically then just the way things are orientated about, socializing tend to be in the Western lens or the Western scope. So like drinking, like my people in my team didn't drink, even though one was Muslim, one was Christian, but she didn't drink like that. You know what I mean? But I think corporate and business environments where they have that drink culture. Yeah, and then obviously just not knowing like certain restrictions for certain cultures and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a bit weird. And then you have to educate them, but then like they should kind of do their own research. Like they should have like sections or departments for that stuff. I don't know. I mean,
for me, I hear what you're saying. They should have sections, departments and stuff. But then going into what you said, like the people on the floor were fine.
Yeah,
it's when you got higher up.
Yeah,
it's when you're working. This is like working class people.
Yeah.
You consider the other person because you know what you're going through. The plight. You're
all in the same
empathetic.
boat. You know what I mean?
And I think there should be more of that as human beings. We should be considering the other person. It's inconsiderate. It's being inconsiderate and being condescending and being selfish. Trying to force your culture on certain people.
Yeah.
And when they don't conform to it, like, what the fuck is? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of mindset. And I think that is it goes. It's in a lot of the workplaces, man. I think when people are ingrained for a little while, they feel like they're there, they own it. Says you lot should conform to what they're doing rather than opening up and kind of being, like warm and welcoming.
Yeah, like a cooperative, like, workspace.
Yeah, relationship.
Rather than like you do as I say kind of thing. Yeah.
Does it make sense? Like, and I think that's where we, as poets, because in the poetry world, for me, we welcome everyone. Everyone's welcome because everyone's a human being. Everyone's got a perspective.
Exactly.
Everyone's got emotions. Everyone's got feelings. Everyone's got a voice. They're trying to get something out. And it's like when you go to the gym, like when I go to the gym, everyone's there to make themselves better, to enhance themselves in whatever way.
Elevation, innit?
Yeah, whatever level they're on. So with the poets, it's like you just want to share and figure out life and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're trying to find answers or find new questions.
Yeah, and be nice to the next person. I think we need more of that in the workplace.
Yeah,
more
that kind of stuff.
You know?
Yeah, they are. I think they are. I mean, I think post-pandemic, I think workplaces are trying, but I mean, I guess if it's not usually operation businesses are like their motivation is money.
Yeah.
So any social clarity or epiphanies or teachings or learnings that's not there's no money in it. So
it's not profitable.
What's their motivation?
It's not profitable.
Because these businesses they do the sustainability thing and all that stuff, but is that just so they can get a checkbox marked up, or are they really invested in the environment? You know what I mean? So there are different motivations for businesses. You know what I mean?
We know the answer to that. We know the answer to that.
Yeah,
what the corporations doing in the micro businesses are better because there's more people with their hands on. I wanted to ask you more about your family before we go. Because I missed some question.
Yeah, that's cool.
You have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got one brother. Yeah, nice. I asked for more siblings, but they couldn't deliver it.
What did you say? What did you say, Mum?
One time I wanted a sister, but I'm cool with me and my brother. Anyway, it just means there's less food in the house. If there's more, my brother can eat, so can I. So yeah.
Who's where do you come? Well, your brother's younger, right?
Yeah, my brother's 2 years younger than me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out Jason. You good?
Big up Jason. Back. Come on, little bro. Yeah. Love the brotherly love.
He's sick. Yeah.
Come on. What was it like having when he came along, having a sibling? When you say you could eat, what we talking? Because I know you got the cuisine from your country is nice as well. It's mixed with sweet and savoury.
Yeah, sweet, savoury. There's other influences. There's a Chinese influence as well, because obviously you've got spring rolls, noodles and stuff. I'm sure there's other Asian influences as well. Because before, a long time ago, we were all traveling to each other's countries before colonization and all that. So we all picked up something from each other back in the day. So we all have influences, you know what I mean? So yeah. So in terms of food, man, if I can do a bit, but I can't do everything.
You cook, yeah?
No, that's my brother. But I see and I kind of know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my brother's the cook, though. I'm not gonna lie on TV.
He's the chef, yeah.
Yeah, he's the chef.
Jason,
my brother and my mum. My dad can actually as well. I'm the only one that didn't really pick it up, but I'm gonna learn though. But I can actually cut better.
Okay, you got knife skills.
I got knife skills like that. Yeah. But yeah, my brother's just chop. I'm
yeah, you go through it.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think I just very meticulous like that. You know what I mean?
How does that translate to your life? Because what you do, you're doing so many great things, and I'm gonna go back. I'll talk to you about school and everything as well. But you say you're meticulous. You got 5 events this month, or 5 events.
I've got 3 events. Should I go through each one?
Yeah, please. It's Poetry Shibs already happened.
Poetry and Shibs is on the 5th of August. That happens every few months.
I'm going to come to the next one. I'm working. I can't come. I looked at it. I was so...
Yeah.
I want to come.
It's a different kind of concept.
I'm going to bring him with me. You're going to come too. With me.
If it goes well, then we can... we'll try and... Hopefully I can try and push out another one before the end of the year. Nice. But it happens every few months just because it's hard as an event idea to have a venue that you have there Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because the way it's set up is it's 2 hours of poetry and then it's just a party afterwards.
Yeah, nice.
And it just gives. So when I came up with the idea with my co-founder Teddy,
big up Teddy,
the protector. We would just say if you go to any event, the event runs from the event hour, right? Event hire. So from 7 till 10 or 11, it's just poetry all the way through, and then poets tend to hang out around after that, and then you can't stay here, but you don't have to go home, but you have to go somewhere else, kind of thing. And I thought, wow, why don't we just shorten the poetry section and just extend the networking section where you just party and socialize. So so the audience can get to know the poets. You can drink with them. You can have a dance as well. Everyone's just good vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So literally, it says It says what it says on.
In the
It
box.
does what it says on the
box.
tin.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of the phrase. Yeah, it does what it says like on the tin. So yeah, you do the poetry, and then you shubs after. Yeah, so it is what it is. And then the first one was how we tried it out was like we tried to say like it's me and Teddy's birthday. Come through. All the poets came through, and it was just a vibe. It was actually we did it around here in Somerstown.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one. And then that was it. That's actually on my channel. So if you want to watch that, it's on my channel.
What's your channel?
The Metaphorest, the Metaphor P with a PH and then EST at the end. It's all one word. The Metaphorest. So if you type the metaphor and add EST at the end as one word, you'll find it. And that was a big hit. So we decided let's do the next one but paid, like a ticketed event. And then we did another one and then another one. And the turnout kept being good. So the first one we sold about maybe 55 tickets. Then the next one was about 60. Then the last one we did in November was 70.
Nice.
Yeah. And then me and Teddy, because I'm about community, right? So every time it's our birthday, the March one, the one around March is always going to be free. It's just me and Teddy, celebrating our birthday. Because my birthday's on the 21st, he's on the 25th. And
of March, yeah?
Yeah, of March. Yeah. So everyone just comes through for free. Yeah. And then the one after that will be like a ticketed paid event where you just like people pay to perform and like get a performance ticket or just a general admission ticket. Yeah. Oh. So that's kind of cool. So that's Poetry and Shibs. That happens once every few months. And then the more regular one is Windows, which is nearly every month. We're taking a break. We'll be back in September. Mm-hmm. And that's in Clapham Common Omnibus Theatre. Shout out Omnibus Theatre, yeah. I haven't even gone to the third one, but yeah, carry on.
Go on. No, don't let me say it. You can stop. No, please talk. This is your time, man.
So, and then the third one is Scratch That, and that's only here for like free dates, just because I saw a venue and they weren't charging, so I thought, let me just put poetry in there. Yeah. And yeah, that one's called Scratch That, and that's in Brixton at the Advocacy Academy. And there's 3 dates for that. So the 28th of July, 4th of August, and 21st of August. Yeah.
All that's on your page, right?
Yeah, that's all. Well, I'm going to do a post for Scratch That because I had to move some of the poets around for that one.
Why?
So one poet said they couldn't do one date, so I had to call another. I literally called the poet this morning to switch with another poet, so they switched dates. So shout out to Sophia and Mosh.
Big up Sophia and Mosh.
Yeah, they're
hopefully,
both sick.
Can I get on?
Yeah, at some point, yeah. So scratch that. That's all done. But like the was it Windows to the Spirits? The open mic come through on the open mic. You know what I mean,
what's that? What'd you say?
Window to the Spirits.
Window to the Spirits.
Yeah, that's the one in Clapham Common. It's a sick name, isn't it? Yeah, I'm about. You know, I feel like I'm a low key businessman because I love to get branding done and just the names and stuff. Like I like creating verticals. That's actually weird because I don't know where I got it from, but basically like like people was talking about the poetries, but if you get a collection of poetries, it's a forest, so a metaphorest kind of thing. Yeah. And my thing is like I'm not really the metaphorist. The metaphorist, do you know about superheroes and stuff? So the Flash.
A little bit,
yeah. The Flash, yeah, his power comes from the Speed Force.
Okay.
So the Metaphorest is like the Speed Force of poetry, and like all the poetry is there.
Speed Force.
The Speed Force. The Speed Force.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the Metaphorist is like the Speed Force for poetry. Like everything poetic is there, and we just tap into that. You know what I mean? So that's why my platform's called the Metaphorist, because when I was doing poetry, I was going to use my name, and my platform was the Metaphorist because I wanted it to be the GRM of like poetry, innit?
What's that stand for?
What GRM? Like Grime Daily. Do you know like SBTV, Link Up TV? So like they have all like grime artists on their channel and stuff like that. So I wanted all poetry content on my channel. So I would like when I started doing poetry, I was filming everything in the scene. So yeah, and then online during lockdown, people kept calling me Meta for short when I was doing open mics online. So it kind of stuck. So when lockdown ended, I kind of started performing as the Metaphorist.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you start? Yeah.
I want to say 2020 and
not as a Metaphorist. I mean poetry.
Poetry. Ooh.
I mean poetry.
I've been doing poetry since primary, you know. Like
Okay.
I've still got this poem I did in primary school, and it's in like you know those
Plastic.
like A4 plastic wallets.
Yeah.
I've got it, you know. It's still
Remember it?
Yeah, no, I don't, you know. But it's about like the planets and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, it's kind of, I might, you know, for one video I might do that, you know, I might read it at some point.
Bro, why not?
Yeah, I should have taken a picture, but yeah, it's
That's
just
like
in my room somewhere.
Revisiting your childhood.
Yeah.
Revisiting the mind that created
Exactly.
that writing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Revisiting that innocence, but then with your adult brain.
Yeah.
To decipher it and
That's
break
crazy.
it down. It must be amazing to be able to look back at a work you did, considering you're still writing now.
Yeah, I'm still
and
writing
kind of
now,
dissect it, maybe understand what you were thinking, how you were thinking back then,
Yeah.
the emotions you were going through.
Yeah. I don't, well, as a child, like, I don't know if it's emotional, but I was like, yeah, maybe I was, because I've always been into space. So like, I'm always thinking of bigger things. I think. So there's a wonder there, I think.
Yeah. So when you say that, I don't, it's not a contradiction, but it's still, I'm going to throw it out there. Like, wouldn't you say, where would you say poetry comes from? Like,
oh wow, that's a deep question.
Yeah, because I would say, like, and because we're in this world and constantly now, things are opening up more and more to me.
For sure.
As in, I am who I am in it.
Yeah.
But like the people that I'm meeting are so beautiful. And when you can see through other people's eyes, which poetry allows you to do, your perspective changes to a point, or you can kind of see, you just see things a bit differently. Do you know what I mean? I've even forgotten the question. Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
See, I've gone off on a technical thing.
I tend to do that on my podcast as well.
I believe there's always some sort of emotional, intellectual, and energy connection to a poem when you're writing it.
Yeah.
It's either all three, one of the above, or a culmination of some of them.
I hear you.
But I believe that even as a child, even you wasn't aware that whatever drove you to put pen to paper to write the thing in a rhyming force, whatever the influence was, whatever the inspiration was, there was still a form of energy in there, of your childhood energy within that thing. Whether it was some of the words that you used, whether it was the way you put the words together, as in the rhyme scheme, whether it was the emotion or the length of the poem.
I hear that,
At some point you could have lost interest. So how did you know that there's that energy in you?
Thing,
And if you, like, I won't claim to be that guy, but if you had that kind of, like, you know, that you got people who analyze handwriting and what stuff. Someone could look at that piece. Someone could look at your piece, analyze the handwriting, the words, and then, you know what I mean? But only you could really say what it was, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was definitely something there. It's nice that you've still got that.
Yeah. I mean, I think every poet's had that thing where, like, the poem writes itself, you're just there to, like, just print it out with your hands.
That's what I'm saying. So when you go back to it and look at it, it's like,
yeah, there's a couple of times where, like, right, did I really write that? But I know that's the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's a higher power.
Come on, come on.
So like, there's a couple pieces. I'm like, right, I know that's not me. It came from me, but I was just like, the muse attacked me, and I was just the oracle for it, for that piece. You know what I mean?
And you're in awe of yourself. Have you been in awe of yourself? Like in that sense, not full of yourself, but in that sense, like, wow, I did right. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think any, like, myself, I can't speak for any poet, but any poet that's, like, just, you know, been like, wow, I wrote that. They're just very grateful that they had the opportunity to be the one to allow themselves to be open, to be not possessed, but I mean, like, you know, to be open to that thing, to channel it, basically, to be the conduit for the universe or whatever power is, like, you know, channeling that creative piece. You know what I mean?
Do you know what you just said?
The conduit.
Part of the conduit, but
you
said being possessed but not being possessed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think you need to be possessed.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's like when you write that thing that you go back to and you look at it, oh, did I write that? And then when you wrote it, you had whatever emotion and stuff. I'm speaking as a poet now.
Yeah.
And then you see it, and sometimes you read it to yourself and you read back, you're like, fuck, wow. But then you might not give it what you're supposed to give it. You know, you go on stage, you say, like, you know, like, I don't know, I wish she would burn in hell because she made me feel like hell. But you can go like, I wish she would burn in hell because she made me feel like hell, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but the first one's like, you get possessed. You get possessed. You know, like you get possessed by the word. So sometimes, because I do it, I'm scared of stuff, but sometimes when you just go there, I've seen some poets go there. Like, and it's like, sometimes it's not that they're trying to scare anyone or anything like that. It's just they're opening their soul, but it's like they're possessed, and you can feel everything, and you can identify, empathize, sympathize. Do you know what I mean? And it's that possession where just like you're just captivated, you're just there in the moment.
But I can give you some names of poets that will give you that every time.
I want all their names.
Yo, Jody. Shout out to Jody. Have you met Jody?
Big up Jody. I don't know, probably, but I don't know.
Oh no, Jody's sick, you know. So basically, he has an actor background like yourself, and he goes off. He doesn't use mics. He just projects, and he breaks the fourth wall. Sorry.
Is he white and blonde hair?
Yeah, I would say not maybe strawberry blonde or ginger.
I think I might have met him.
Yeah, he refers to himself as a ginger, I think. So yeah,
I might have met him. I met a lot of people. Big up Jody if I met you. Big up Jody if I ain't met you.
He did BT Sports. And he did a piece about Mo Farah. Yeah, he's sick. Oh yeah, he's sick. So shout out to Jody.
Cool. So he got that contract.
I don't think he got a contract. I think.
No, because I think everyone done one. Like that.
Was, everyone.
Big Scoot done one. Shani done one. It was a competition. I think I didn't. Yeah, big shout out to everyone
that was involved in that one.
Come on, I don't think I put my.
I didn't even try to.
I wrote, but I didn't put it in. So I think it was. But do you know who actually got who done the advert in the end?
Who did the advert?
I'm asking.
No, I don't. You know what? I was supposed to go, but I didn't go. Like there was a lot going on that time. I was just like, I didn't even bother to write or submit anything in. Yeah.
So, it's timing. Sometimes it's timing. Universe is not.
And I think as creatives, like or just anyone in general, like there's some things are not for you. Sometimes, like if an opportunity misses you, maybe that wasn't your opportunity, maybe it's for someone else.
I think that's very important. And please tell them again, you have to look at the camera and tell them, because I get worried about stuff. Like, oh shit, I missed that, I missed this, I missed it. Don't be so hard on yourself. Please tell them again. Yeah,
don't be too hard on yourself, because like Miss Yankee says, any rejection is a redirection, and not every door is for you to walk through. And then sometimes, man, maybe you have to climb through some windows. Sometimes you have to unlock doors, and sometimes you don't even need to take that door. You know what I mean? So it's what it is. What it is. And I think once you accept that, like, you don't have to be jealous of someone else. You can be happy. You can be grateful for their success. And then, all tides rise, all boats. No, wait. What's the saying?
All tides rise.
A tide rises, all boats, or something like that. So yeah. So that is what it is, man. Yeah. So once you kind of accept that, and you realize that not everything's for you, everyone else's success is their own success, and you're in your own lane, and what is for you comes to you. I mean, you attract that. I mean,
nice.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Like I said, we're gonna go either way. I'm really enjoying talking to you. I'm happy.
Thank you.
I'm happy now. Thank you.
It's actually easier because I find it hosting harder. Like, because when we flip it, when I'm on that side of the table, I'm gonna be struggling because
you'll be alright. Yeah. You'll be alright. It's what natural, it is,
bro.
Yeah. It's like, it isn't. I've been doing this. You start. You got quite a few podcasts under your belt now.
I'm on episode. The one that's coming out this week is episode 7 or 8. Yeah.
There you go.
You're like on 100 or 90 something.
90, but I don't, like you just said before. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's doors are different. So there's that aspect of it. Do you get what I'm saying? But then just sitting down and talking, you're more than well equipped with the skills that you need to do the interview because of all the other stuff you're doing. It's just whether or not we believe in that. I appreciate you if we believe in ourselves. But when we get out of our own way, and get things done. Preach. Let me know why you said, "Oh my God," because I feel
so basically, like we're so powerful that the only person that can get in our way is ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, imagine all the times when you've talked yourself out of something. Like, that's crazy. Like, no one else could have said that but you. So imagine just channeling that energy into like, do this and do that. You can do this, you can do that, rather than you can't do this, you can't do that. And most of the time, like, I can't remember. It might be one of your podcasts is like, to just not think about it, just do. I think you said it. I was watching some of your podcasts, and I got that from one of those.
It's probably the Arcadia one.
It's the Arcadia one.
But there's a few along the line, and then there's big up Arcadia. Big up Arcadia. Come on, he's new on the scene, but he's firing.
New, but he's sick. Yeah, I know. When I was at Millie's event, he did my event, and then Millie's one because I got to see it in person. Like, I mean, up close, I was closer. Like, and I was like, right, yeah, this guy's got got bars, man.
Yeah, his energy's nuts though, isn't it?
Yeah. He's like I think I can, like, some poets are very introvert and some poets aren't, and it's kind of hard to tell from first impressions. But like, there's poets that always just give you the same energy all the time and stuff like that. I mean, we're different all the time. Like, we're tired, we go through stress, we come out of work and that. But yeah, like, Arcadia's cool, man.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's, for me, like, going into what you're saying there's different poets with different people. Different people will like be like, whoa, wow. They'll get different people. But there's some that just like, that just captivate you. I mean,
sure,
irrespective, but all in maybe different ways, different parts of the thing. But
like,
Arcadia is definitely one of them.
Yeah. There's poets for different lanes, man. Everyone has. So there's something for everyone. That's why I think poetry is for everyone.
Definitely.
Because poetry is the art form of the everyman. Because anyone can write. Like, not everyone can. Well, not everyone's putting a lot of time into like painting or knitting or whatever hobby or skill some people are good at. But everyone can write, and as long as, like, you know, you express yourself, poetry is you tap into yourself. Like, that makes you a poet and stuff. Yeah. So,
and only you can talk from your voice, and your life is relevant.
Yeah.
My first piece of writing.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. What is your first?
My first piece of writing. I don't like my first piece of writing, to be honest with you, would have been like something like roses are red, violets are blue.
Okay.
Sugar is sweet, so I love
like
you.
In
something,
school.
So in school, something really like basic along that line.
Okay.
Then I think I got into Shakespeare when I was in secondary school. But I think my first real recollection of poetry is when it hit me. I was like, wow, this is something.
Yeah.
Is Rudyard Kipling's If.
I'm giving you. Okay, so
Rudyard
Kipling's one of my. So obviously, apart from his links to, like, the British Empire and stuff, but yeah, he's one of my favorite poets. Yeah,
and to
in terms of just his style of writing, I mean, apart from I'm not down for the Empire or anything, but
see, and I wouldn't even know that much politics behind it. That's just like,
he's the guy that wrote the Jungle Book, you know.
Yeah. I know, I knew that. Yeah, and it's just like that for that to be written so long ago.
Yeah.
And for me to be able to still take something from it now within my own, don't know enough about it, don't know enough about the empire, don't know enough about the lifestyle back then, don't know how many years ago it was, but I didn't know much about poetry, nothing. But when I got that and took the words and applied it into the world that I knew, what I was experiencing, what I understood, it resonated for me. And I think that's the beauty of poetry, because my man was long gone, dead. Worms had eaten him. He's up in the he's come out. He's coming to ether and come back down again. Do you know what I mean? But his words are still here.
Yeah, exactly.
And those words, like, it was like what is it? If you could keep your head when all about you're losing theirs, but blaming it on you,
you'll be a man, my son.
Yeah, be a man, my son. Yeah, and it just tells you how to be a man. And that universality of that, it still sticks with me. I think I wrote an ode to it without even knowing.
You still got that on your phone, or
the ode?
Yeah, the ode.
That's in my head. Most of my poems in my head.
Yeah,
most of my poems in my head. But the ode, I wrote. I perform it now quite regularly.
Okay.
Like I will perform some pieces on your show.
Okay,
on your podcast.
I'm gonna integrate that, because I mean, I got poets to read, I think, on the Filipino episode of the podcast, but I am gonna try and incorporate that, like, have poets say a
Why
piece.
not? Yeah,
I don't know why. I think we just get caught up in talking, and then then we run out of time.
Yeah, but you know that's what's happening now.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice to do that. Yeah, that'd be sick. Oh, you want me to do something now? Oh, that's a nice segue. You know, I didn't even know what was happening.
Oh, you open the door, bro. You open the door, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm kind of known for the love poetry. So it's gonna get hot in it. Which one do you want to? Okay,
I want you to do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna listen to it. I probably haven't heard it before. I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Okay, cool. It's a really short one. It's like 50 seconds.
Doesn't matter how long it is.
Cool. This is the poem that kind of like, this is my first poetry. This is my first poem that I kind of did that I was known for in the poetry scene. It's called Me and Miss Jones.
Yeah, Me and Miss Jones.
Yeah.
So it's from the famous song.
Yeah. There's a video on it. There's a poetry video of it on my channel as well.
I'm gonna check that out.
And then it was during COVID, so like I couldn't film it in person, so I got the actress to do it. And then she filmed it from her side, and then she just sent me the footage. And
who's that?
Helena Yasmin. So
Helena Yasmin. Big up Helena Yasmin.
Big up Helena. She's a singer and then she's an actor as well.
Cool. You need to just fling all these people my way. I will get them on this stage or we get them on my live show.
Oh, sick. Yeah. So she doesn't really do poetry, but yeah, she sings.
She can sing now. Yeah, my show is singing and poetry.
Oh, okay, cool. Wicked.
Yeah, performance and poetry.
Yeah, sick. So yeah, it goes like this. It's really short, man. So I can do another poem at the end of it.
You can do as many as you want.
So Jones in for Miss Jones. And at home, when her and I are close, when our chemistry is potent, we hone in our emotions, ones we awoken without. Oh my God. Let me just quickly get that. I know it off by heart, you know. You know what?
You're good, man. You're good.
Okay, let me just quickly. I just need a quick. Okay, cool. Jones in for Miss Jones. And at home, when her and I are close, when our chemistry is potent, we hone in our emotions, ones we awoke in without clothes, and up close, our lips close in, our breathing focus, turning kisses into tokens of our affection. We in turn become roses, our clothes, our petals and bedposts, and we lay in a bed of roses, arranged in comic poses, legs entwined, roping, pressing, stroking, nails dug in, pillow soaking, a waterbed within an ocean, me and Miss Jones. That's it.
Nice.
It's one of them ones.
Nice. I like that.
I don't know why I'm clapping, but
yeah. No, clap. It's right. You can clap.
Yeah, it's short though. It's a short piece, but there's a video to it. Yeah.
Do you know? It's longer than a haiku, though, right?
Haiku.
That's longer than a haiku.
Yeah, it's longer than a haiku. I'm actually known for doing haikus as well, so I got a series of haiku videos on my channel. It's called Haiku Season, and I'm writing a haiku book actually.
Good. Yeah. I like that. So I think I've written. Not to be funny, but 4 haikus. I've written a haiku.
Okay, yeah. So I know haiku off by heart. So it's a love haiku. So it's I love to love. I love loves love. I love so love loves my love too. That's how I love my love haiku. So yeah, man, I love haikus. Again, trying to get as many of those.
Hey, what you know about haiku, huh?
Haiku, yeah, haiku season, baby.
Haiku season.
Haiku season. So yeah, haiku season came about when it was like lockdown. I was doing haiku season 1 to 3 by myself, and then haiku season 4, I opened it up as a challenge online, and then Bear Poets kind of just like was giving me haikus, and then I picked, I think maybe 12 or more than 12 to be in the video. So it's a collaboration video.
Nice.
Yeah. So I like doing challenges like that. I've not done one in a while, and then I did one again, I think haiku season 6. I did the challenge again, and then people put their submitted their haikus and that poem in. And then the videos get better all the time. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Progressively.
And haiku season just sounds sick as well. So that's what my book's gonna be called, because I've written about 200 haikus ish. Yeah. It's not a lot, because it's 200 sounds like a lot, but haiku is like 3 lines. So yeah. It's just, it is what it is.
In school, what was you like in school?
Bro, I was very I'm still an introverted person, you know. So the reason why I'm like so comfortable now is because I think the poetry scene has allowed me to be fully who I am in a way that I couldn't be in anywhere else. So I'm actually a shy person. So in school, I was the one that talked the least. I was just like I had everyone in my friend group was very extrovert, so I would just be there and stuff. So whenever anything was just going down, you know, everyone has memories of school. So like people forget that I was there because I was so quiet. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I was there. But like during like, you know when it would rain and then people would go to their forums and I would go to the library and I would take out a book. I would learn origami. I actually did that for real.
So you can fold shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can fold. I'm a bit rusty, but I can maybe make 2 or 3 things. Yeah, but I would just take out a book and learn something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm that kind of person, and I would write as well. So you had a couple MCs in my year, and I wasn't considered an MC, but they would spit. But I was like, yeah, I can write better than them, but I would never perform it because I was shy. So yeah. So that's the kind of person I was at the time. So yeah.
When did you perform your first piece? Get up and perform it, and how did that feel for you?
Okay, I know this one. So it was the end of 2020. So I've always been a page poet, but when I went to a few poetry events like BYOB, but I would just
big up BYOB.
Abdullah and Akor. You've had Abdullah on here. I've watched that one.
Abdullah's a G.
Yeah, man.
Like yourself.
Yeah,
like
I mean, everything I am as a poet, as a spoken word artist, because I'm still learning how to be one. But I kind of got my BYB is my stomping ground basically. So I learned, that's my dojo, because like everything I learned about being a spoken word artist is from that platform. So and I do help out with that platform as well. So I'm very grateful for BYOB, and it's opened a lot of like opportunities for me.
I think that we should just like we should take the moment to thank BYOB like you're doing already. Sure. I've enjoyed BYOB myself.
It's an amazing
as a platform. It brought me back from dark places. I mean, it's put so many people on the stage.
Yeah,
Abdullah is so humble.
Abdullah,
and he just wants to do good things. Haroon's there as well. Just want to do good things.
I'll big up Haroon as well. That's my co-host and my DJ for my events as well.
Okay.
And also he's the BYB DJ.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
he's actually the DJ for a couple of events. But yeah, that's the thing about poetry, man. Once you decide to participate, you get to go be everywhere in the scene, and it's a good opportunity and good experience for you to like learn how to be a host, learn how to be a performer. Learn how to be an event runner. Yeah, there's so many opportunities because obviously, you get to learn. So I would ask Abdullah about event stuff, and then he helped out. And then there's so many things about poetry, and even the network and connections you make. Yeah. So it's really important, and you're amongst a lot of creatives that do different things, and you can collaborate as well. So like one of the major things I love doing is connecting people. So at an event I would say, yo, did you know that this guy don't just do poetry, they rap, and then they start doing tunes together. So like hearing like Lay Speaks and J Cage like together on a track is amazing. Hearing RVJ put J Cage or Lay or Saga Winter or no, yeah, you had no. Oh my god,
big up no.
Yeah, man. I had a boyfriend on my podcast. Like we were talking about her, and like she's sick.
Okay.
Yeah, so and she's also got an amazing audio project. Go check it out.
Listen, I have to say, Noor's banging. Like ever since I met her, she's been coming through strength to strength.
Yeah, she's got an amazing voice. Amazing
voice is strong. Her poetry is strong. Her energy is strong.
Yeah, my god,
love her like my little sister.
Yeah,
I mean, love her to bits.
And it's jokes. I still remember her first time performing as well.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like when you're the when you're the poetry videographer, right? You have art. You have archive and footage of like people's first times, and then just seeing the trajectory afterwards. It's like
it sounds mad, but it's not mad, but it's mad. You got videos of people's first times.
Yeah,
it sounds mad. First time doing
poetry. Yeah, but like it's like imagine like you caught like one of the first freestyles that Stormzy did, and you just have it on your in your hard drive, like, and you can just like that's something you can show people. You know what I mean? Like you're capturing history. Yeah, exactly.
It's history.
Yeah, I mean, we said that at the same time. Yeah, you're catching history. Like even RVJ, like when he first, most of RVJ pieces are like legendary at this point. But I've filmed it when he was just did it for the first time and trying new things and stuff. So yeah, like the first time he did the chair, the first time when he wore the mask, like that one is crazy. He was just poetry. Like, I called it the dojo, innit? Because it's where you train and all these poets are just trying out new things and just
BYOB.
Yeah, BYOB, Mind Over Matter.
They've stopped doing Mind Over Matter, haven't they?
Yeah, only for a year. They'll be back in, I think, next year, I think. Yeah. So they'll be back. Big up Fisky though.
Big up Frisky.
Fisky, yeah. So I've been around for a bit, So but the thing is I still feel new. Like because I'm still learning, and I've not been to every event, but I try to go to every event. But cost of living crisis and travel and that is expensive.
I feel you.
Yeah.
You said you still feel new.
Yeah.
Do you know that when I go to a poetry event and I see different people, if they're new, it makes me feel new.
I get
because it's new.
Yeah,
I
love new poets, and this is important because I think once you get new poets, because I've been in the scene for a bit, that I know nearly everyone's pieces, and I love them, but like it's like Netflix. I want another poet to binge, like and explore their catalog. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have different lenses and perspectives and different styles. So it's just like music. Yeah, you do love the music that you know and love, like got in your playlist, but you want to hear new stuff as well. So yeah, when I hear new poets, new blood, like new writing, new perspectives, especially a younger generation, yeah, it's inspiring. You know what I mean? So I get that new poet feel that you get. I mean,
yeah, and that's to me. That's what keeps it
fresh.
Keeps it fresh. Yeah, keeps fresh me. And when I hear like stuff that I've never heard before, perspective, like some people's masterpieces.
Yeah,
I love their masterpieces. You know, some people, because you'll hear their masterpieces like a few times, and their lyrical content's amazing. But then when you see someone new going for it with the unsure, scared energy, but the willingness to share, they're scared energy, but they're not scared. They're not that scared because they're actually up there doing their thing. And I know how scary it is to be up there. Like you talk about interviewing and stuff. I know if you're great interviewee. But if someone ain't giving you something, it's a problem. Like you have to. It's like trying to get blood from a stone.
I've had not guests on my podcast, but I've had conversations where like they don't say much. Mate, but it's
like
not.
It's the same thing with people who do on stage. If they go for it, the more they allow themselves to be possessed, the more you could be
like
engrossed.
Word,
it's your word, bruh. It's your word. Thank you. But I'm not want to digress too much. I want to say something for yours. Sure, what's the best poetry you've heard? And it's just it is very hard.
There's a lot.
I don't want you to isolate an artist. But I'd rather you, if you remember the bars or how it made you feel, or like just like
for different things. Like I mean, I'll give a name for this one. So Rise Felicia, big up, Felicia. She's an American spoken word artist. She's on my channel, but her headline at BYOB was sick. Like it was spiritual. Like she projects like a preacher. And there's a couple poets. No, it's all right. There's a couple poets like that, like Guy Kelton Jones. He has that same style, and they speak like preachers. Like so, it's not you being spoken to, your soul's being spoken to, your spirit. Like so, when she did her last two pieces, man, had people in tears. The whole room was in tears, man. And that was a spiritual experience. That's something different from a regular poetry experience. Rise Felicia. She's in New York right now, but she'll be back at some point. She comes to the UK sometimes. Who else? Suave. Suave's going to be on my podcast that's dropping this on Sunday. Suave's a poet from Zimbabwe. He's originally from Barking. And he reps.
No, that's not where he ran.
Yeah.
That's not very right. He's from Barking, but he's originally from.
Sorry, no, you know what? No? He's from Zimbabwe, but he's when he's in London. You know, he's based in Barking, basically.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
He's originally from Zimbabwe.
So,
he's still got an accent and everything. I love that guy. Great
you met him? You met him?
I know, sorry.
He's
got great fucking energy, man. Great. That's the first time I saw him. I'm glad I'm going to try not to swear, guys. Yeah, he's got great energy.
He's an amazing he's an amazing performer and he's an amazing page poet. I'm never gonna shut up about Savi. And basically, like, I'm dropping his headline set on this Sunday, and his podcast is next Sunday. Sorry, I got that wrong. So yeah, he's got this thing where he incorporates Shona into his poetry. So
the language,
the language of Zimbabwe, and then also like he has a lot of music references. So one of my favorite poems that from him, well, actually all of his catalog, he has these references to hip hop. And I love that because I'm a hip hop fan. And also like he has this use of his voice. Like as an actor, you would appreciate like the levels and the textures of his voice. Like he can go hard like a DMX, or he can go high pitch like a Kendrick. Like it's crazy. Like yeah, he's amazing. Mosh as well. Big up Mosh. Mosh, yeah.
Mosh.
I think he's Nigerian as well.
MOSH.
Yeah, he's one of the guys on Scratch That. He's gonna do the one on the 4th of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can come to that.
He's an amazing page poet.
Yeah,
so he has a next type of vocabulary. He's a very much a page poet, not a performance poet. But like, but the thing is, I know you were talking about on you've talked to a lot of poets about performing, right, and knowing your stuff off by heart. But it takes another skill for like someone to read and captivate people. So he sits down. He's very
Still.
What do you call it? Intentional with how he performs it. So he sits down. He makes everyone kind of like focus on him, and then he's got like this deep registered tone voice, like where, like when he does a central piece, man, the girls love it, and he has these other bro, like no, I literally was talking
diplomacy, I like that.
Yeah,
the girls love it.
The girls love it, man.
I mean,
Literally,
a bit more than love it.
No, so in the podcast that we talked with Suave, we talked about Mosh, and like he changes the temperature like when he does poetry, man. And yeah, man, he's just got a good style about him, and I've not seen that from a page poet. So yeah, he's a sick performer as well. He's not a performer in the classical sense. He's just as an orator, like a reader, like a page poet. Like he has something that no other poet has in his lane. So yeah, Mosh.
They got
Mosh. Repping Nigeria, you know what I'm saying?
Same. I'm from the same place.
Yeah, exactly, man. You need to get him on. I did a podcast with just Filipinos, and I think if you get a podcast with just Nigerian poets, that'd be bang. You know, you should do that. You know what I mean?
I will try that. I want to see what I can do.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, bro. I had so much fun doing the Philly one. So yeah, man, it's a deep one. You get deep conversations, and then you can relate to, growing up.
So I'm gonna put Mosh. You're gonna help me get the rest of the Nigerian poets together.
Yeah, I mean, I need to figure out who's from where actually.
I've got some. Salient Voice.
Oh, Salient Voice is that? Is she?
She's Nigerian.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's sick.
Come on.
No,
There's another one as well. Maybe we could do a couple guys. There's a lady I saw at RVJ's event the other day. Oh my god. She's slim. Poetique.
Oh yeah. I know her name. I've not met her in person yet. I don't think.
Her content.
Okay. I need to
banged, man. And that's another thing. Like I'm tired of TV. I'm tired of certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm not tired of seeing somebody be possessed or someone show me their inner soul.
Yeah.
Especially when I can say, hold on a minute. Like I have to, like when them pictures where you copy the same, there's differences, but then a lot of it's the same.
Yeah.
I have to look for the differences. I love when a poet's doing poetry or there's another human being.
Yeah.
And I can identify so much with them that I have to like, hold on a minute. Really look for the differences. I can really, and there was just certain things said. And it's just poetry for me. This stuff what we're doing, being across the table from you. I hardly know you better, but I'm so comfortable because you're an artist, and that's what
I feel the same way about meeting people like yourself or other artists because you're linked to the like your brother and sister in words to me, like what I mean. Like we come from this like chapter, like when you talk like fraternities and stuff, like we're in it when we're wordsmiths and like we're creating crafting, like that's the village, you know what I mean?
That's why printing wasn't enough for you. That's why printing wasn't enough.
Yeah, man. I wanted to like speak the words instead of just printing someone else's words. You get me? So
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like so much.
I ask you what the best poet. What's the worst poetry you've heard?
The worst. Okay, so I'm gonna say this to all the poets there because like everyone's sick in their own way. Yeah, you just have to find yourself. And I think the only time that I think a poem is whack is if I think it's being written for the audience. Like you gotta write for yourself. Don't write for clicks. Don't write for just wordplay. Like say something, have a message. I think the only time I think a poem is whack if it doesn't have a message or it doesn't come from the person authentically. Yeah, that's.
Don't want no Tin Man poetry.
Yeah,
Tin Man. I love Tin Man poetry. Yeah.
Wizard of Oz thing.
Come on! I just put it up.
Yeah, follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, come
on.
Tell you. And we got the wizard behind the bar as well. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Come on.
I hit a bit hard, but I'm sorry, that got me, man.
You got the wizard.
We got the wizard.
You know
Come on.
Be a lion, bro.
I like that.
Be a lion. Have the courage. You know
Come on.
Get that diploma, son.
Come on, my man.
Get that diploma.
Yes, Meta.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's why they call me the Metaphorest.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We could touch on that. Yeah. Yeah, video, yeah. That do quite a few things. Like, so I'm pretty much that saying
jack of all trades,
master of none. But
most things in some though, there's an end to that.
Yeah, there's an end. So I was gonna go into it. So what people don't ever say is they don't finish that saying where like it's better. They say that it's better.
Yeah, you're better than most people. You're better at most things than some.
You dabble, yeah. So, and I think that's so important. So I like to try a lot of different things. Not everything's gonna be for you, but there's something that you're sick at that you don't know that you're sick at because you've not tried it. So that's why I say never say no to an experience or never say no to a hobby or something new, because you just have to no one ever starts from 100. Like everyone starts from 0 and then you get better.
Benjamin Button did.
Yeah.
No, I've been addicted. Sorry.
No,
God, you're right. You're right.
So I think like I didn't start off to do poetry to do videography, but videography actually bangs. Like there's an art to it. There's like anything's an art. A lot of things that people perceive as science is art as well. But yeah, like I think like you never know where you'll just start a journey. You never know where it will take you, because you may think you're starting a journey on poetry, but it might end up as a videographer. You might start something as a doctor, but you might realize you're a chef. You know what I mean? Like you're more than one thing, and if you decide to do different things, you can live different lives in one lifetime. If you, instead of just being a doctor all your life or a chef all your life, you can do other things and you can be everything in one lifetime. So that sounds more interesting to me than just being one thing. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm coming up with this. Like I never talk like this on my own podcast.
Don't worry, it's fine. We're having a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the beauty of being interviewed.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not even sometimes, you're a wealth of knowledge. You're a human being.
Mm.
The same way that other people's like poetry's perspective has a valid voice, so is yours. But a lot of things that happen in life, especially in this life we live, people don't sit and ask the questions or have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
They've got agendas. Whatever the agendas are, like at work to get you to do the work, maybe to get you to do this, they've got agendas,
Yeah.
My only agenda here is to get to know you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like all the others, like we're trying to make money for the podcast, but the main agenda here from Life Talks is talking to someone about life, so I can get to know what made you in your life. It can help me out, maybe help the people at home out.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
get to see the wizard every so often. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of curious. Why did they call you the wizard? Like, how did you get that nickname? How did you get a nickname?
When we started, I used to think he could do magic. I'm
Okay,
just not joking. No,
videographers are magic, because
no,
most of the magic happens in the post production, the edit, it's.
I just
crazy.
think that no matter what,
turn water into wine.
I'm more like like if you had like say Dungeons and Dragons or or Lord of the Rings or whatever, he'd be the wizard. I might be like either the comic relief who doesn't think they can fight but can fight a little bit.
Okay.
He'd still be a bigger hero. I won't be the full-blown hero. I'm more like the comic thing, but still, when it's on top, I'll kill the dragon just like that. Like, oh, I killed him. Oh, I wouldn't know I could do it. Like, but he's definitely the wizard. He's like, don't worry, we can make it happen. And he makes shit happen that I didn't think it was supposed to work. He made me look good. He made me look like a hero.
Videographers are heroes, man, for sure, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. Like, shout out to all the videographers out there.
Come on.
There's some poets that do filmmaking as well. So like George Lawrence, Devin. There's a couple others I can't remember on the top of my head, but those are the two that I know. Yeah, but videography is such I think people don't know how much goes into it.
That's why I call him the wizard. I think so. I get
it's the right words, man.
If you tried to give it to me, I'd be like And then I wouldn't know that. I'd just fuck it, I'd put it on the bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
just like
credit where credit's due.
Yeah, for sure. Like from like, you know, aspect ratios, optimization for the social media. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out because I'm quite new to to videography. But yeah, just also on my poetry journey, just working with creatives in a different way. So like, obviously, poetry is one thing, but for me doing J Cage's video, for me to do Grace Fleary's video, like both different types of learning going on. So obviously J Cage is a rapper, Grace Fleary is a singer, and the way rappers and singers do videos is so different. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of details that singers like they have to do outfit changes, so you have to wait. That takes a bit more time. For rappers, it's pretty much shoot and go. You know what I mean? So it's a bit more quicker, that process. But like singing is a whole, like doing an R&B video or it's just different. So there's a lot more thought, you know what I mean, like storyboarding and stuff. Yeah, and stuff. And shout out to Grace Fleary, like her video that I did, Reminisce and Gone. Like she was like a contestant on X Factor at one point when she was like 16. She's now probably close to 30 now. But yeah, she's an amazing singer. And Millie's an amazing singer. I can't wait to do a video for Millie as well.
Can't wait to have a video on the behind.
Yeah, I have it on the podcast, man. Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
get on the podcast, but I want to get on a live show as well. Because I've got the show, the Poet Behind the Mic.
Yeah.
So that I want to get. I've got some artists coming in. That Millie's signed up for that.
Okay, sick.
I'd like to get you on there, maybe in September.
Yeah, September.
Like September. Let's ask you some. Let's see what time you got. I'm gonna ask you some. I'm gonna ask you some random questions.
Yeah, cool. And I can share a poem in the end, isn't it?
Yeah. This fella's calling me. Your mate. I don't know if he's trying to get in on the show.
Who's that?
Moetry.
Oh, Mo. You know Mo, yeah?
Yeah, no, Mo. Very well.
Yeah, Mo.
Should give him a call while we're talking. Because I don't know, he saw the post and he tried to get on the show. Let's see what he's saying. All right, see what Mo's saying. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Just be yourself, you know. That's probably one of them.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Good. Hello, Mo. Yeah, you're on with me and the Metaphorest and the Wizard because you called me. You saw I'm filming, so I'm just letting you know.
Are you good, Mo?
I hate it, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
You feel a bit nervous, you
You're
right?
the fucking, what are you nervous for? You're not going on stage, you're talking to friends. Why are you nervous?
I know. I just got my own shit going on. You right? You know right, yeah? Sorry,
No.
So I'm swearing here anyway. What was it? I thought you called because you saw me in the Metaphorist on. Well, I'll let you go then, love you and leave you.
Say something for the fans though.
Say something for the fans.
Alright, good.
No, Metaphorist said say something for the fans.
Yo, there's some Moetry fans out there.
Alright, good evening. Oh, good. That's it, I'm not with it. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing time. You have the best hosts in the world taking you through some amazing experiences of them as some of the best poets on the scene.
Jesus.
Easy.
Yeah.
Did you?
All is well.
All right.
Inspired to be great. Take care.
Shout to me. Come on, Moetry. Come on. You paid him, didn't you? I think you paid him. See you later, Mo. Love, Mo.
See you, Mo, bro.
I want half that money, cuz. Later. Love, bro.
Speaking of guys that do a lot, man, Mo does a lot. Like, he works on 9 to 5 and he still manages to do Moetry, which is probably one of the bigger poetry events in London. Like, Moetry is different. I don't know, like, I've not been in a while, but yeah, I can't keep up with him. He does it in different cities. He does it in various venues. I don't know how he gets those venues because getting venues is hard, but yeah, he's different. I mean, he's different.
Outside the box.
Yeah.
Outside the box.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What was that best advice you said again?
Yeah, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. What's the worst advice you've been given?
I'm trying to think, you know.
It's all right. No bad advice.
Worst advice.
You
know, I've been given advice, but I think the worst advice you can take is from someone that's not doing the thing that you're asking about. Does that make sense? So you wouldn't ask financial advice of someone that's broke. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Ow.
So
yeah.
So it's the same thing with same thing with like when you ask people advice. Like, I mean, I get soundboarding. You can ask people for their opinion, and then you can make a decision off that. But I think in terms of advice, man, you listen to yourself and listen to other people that are doing it. But even the people that are doing it in their own way. Like their way might not be your way. So you only can learn from doing. Yeah.
I think that what you said is so
for sure.
important.
Yeah.
Because you've got people out here just for want of a better analogy, they're out of shape. They're telling you, no, don't do that. You got to do this. They're drinking. They're telling you they're doing exactly what you're not supposed to be doing while telling you how to giving you the advice. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Exactly. Like, definitely listen to your own voice. So listen to someone at least who's actually doing something you want to be doing, or doing more than something you want to be doing. That's right there is good advice.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to start. I didn't know how to do a podcast. I had to do it myself. You know what I mean, to learn. And then people ask me how to do a podcast, but you get to know your own style, and everyone does it differently. But the only thing is like some of the technical stuff, and I can show you that, and you know what I mean, and that's it. But everyone has a voice. Like, if anyone can do anything that they want to, they just have to start. You know what I mean, so yeah, that's my advice, I guess. You didn't even ask me for it, but I just did it.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. When this is the second time this song's come up in my head, so I have to sing it. But it's in my head, there's something like, you can do it if you really want. Hey, you can do it if you really want. Yeah. Well, you must try. Come here, try and try. Who's with it? Try and try. You know what? Hey, you succeed at last. Sorry.
No, I love it.
That's just a banging song.
That just let me know what poem I'm going to do next, you know.
Okay, my man.
But I'll do it later.
No, I'll ask you one more question and we can bust that, man.
Yeah. It's a long research, so.
Come on. Tell me something about you that no one knows.
Okay, it's nuts. There's loads of things I do that no one knows. Okay, I used to make jewelry, so I used to do bracelets like that one, but smaller beads. So I actually got a jewelry Instagram. No one follows me on it. Some posts do, but it's called John Christopher, but with the X instead of an O, I think. Yeah. So I've tried everything. So
do you still make jewelry?
No, not really, but I do. I still wear like bracelets and necklaces that I've made. You know what I mean,
I'd love to see a piece from you. I'd purchase a piece from you.
I do. Bracelets are easier because obviously, I still got the elastic and that. The necklace stuff, like, I don't try anymore. But I can.
The elastic. When you say the elastic,
yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, so
like, yeah. Can I see
this?
that?
Yeah, of course you can.
So yeah,
that's a makeshift. Because I had.
Okay, cool.
I had one tiger eyes. It was from Thailand, cool. But it snapped.
Yeah. Like, it tends after a time. Yeah,
it snaps. So I just bought it in the shop.
I've got the elastic, so yeah, I could, if you want, I could restring this
and make it better.
Yeah, and hide the knot.
I was going to cut it off, but then would I be able to? Yeah, so I could still. It will still have that.
Yeah, it will still have the stretch.
I can still count because I meditate with those.
Yeah, the thing is as well, but this is quite thick, so I think the one I got is thin. So I mean, this will still be good for a while. You know what I mean,
yeah, I only done that last night.
I think, but the thing is also, this kind of has character to it because there's a story. You broke it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, restring your bracelet if it's broken, but like something like this adds character. I don't know why, like, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, there's a story to it. You know what I mean? Because you got it from, you say Thailand.
So what it is now, like, I've had a few bracelets like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Salamat. I've got a few bracelets like that, but then they kept snapping and stuff. So someone bought me beads. I had beads like that as well before.
Yeah.
But then when I kept seeing them, I think my friend, he's Chinese, he's my Chinese friend, but he got the beads from Thailand for me. But when I saw him, no, he's Vietnamese.
Okay.
When I saw him, he was like, I said, another bracelet. He goes, "You've got the necklace. Cut the necklace and make more beads." That's how I made my one.
Yeah.
So you've got an abundance of it.
Yeah. So when you can have more. You can have like 2 bracelets.
Yeah, I have 2, but I just know I'll always be able to, because like literally, this keeps me going. Like, like I meditate, I can think.
Is there significance to the number of beads
I do when I started? I count to 108. You know about 108?
No, I don't know.
108 is a magical number.
Okay.
The Buddhist monks use this number.
I'm learning.
Like, I learned when I was living in Chicago. I met with a lovely lady from Thailand.
Okay.
Kapkun Kop. I think Capricorn Cow. I think I have to say it right.
Yeah.
And she was married to a guy from Austria, but they were so warm and welcoming to me. And then they took me to the temple, and
temples are beautiful, you know.
Oh man,
I've been to a Buddhist temple. I think there's one in Putney.
The blessings were so much, and then the peace was so much. So. And then went there and I met the monks, and then the monks ate first. It was a festival, and they provided loads of food for the monks to eat. And the monks ate first, and we all together, we speaking. I met this guy like from the mountains. Oh my God, just the energy from this person. But they told me 108. So when you count, as the 108 is a number, that's how you count, and you chant. That's a chant. That's a magical number. People can check that out. I can't give you the background behind why it's a magical number, but that's the number I count to when I'm counting my beads here. And usually the beads around my neck should be 108. That should be the beads. So right. As you chant, that number, reaching that number is I think there's something about, you know, like when you do things a certain amount of times, there's something connected to reaching that number. When you chant and meditate, that you count to 108, but I don't know the full ins and outs of it.
Cool. Okay.
But I think there's 16
meditation is important because I've tried meditation. I just can't wake up early enough. But there was a time when like,
wow, that's funny, man. You can meditate anytime, G.
Yeah, you can. I prefer it in the morning because there's something about the morning. But like, there was a time when I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, meditate in my living room because there's something about hearing the birds and stuff, and just the
certain time of the day.
Yeah, I think just needed that background, like not a track, but it's like just that background noise.
Energy, it's energy.
Yeah, just hearing the birds like wake up and like sing and that, and there was something about it. But yeah, and for someone that I've never meditated before, but when I did, I couldn't really do 15 minutes, let alone 45 or an hour. But I got to a point where like I could do at least maybe half an hour without thinking about things. Like you're not supposed to think. You know what I mean?
What's the longest time you've
meditated?
No.
Oh,
but you can answer that question first.
I think it was like half an hour. Yeah.
What's the longest time you worked on a piece of poetry?
Okay.
Like written it, looked at it, said, "Oh, that goes there," and then read it, really committed it to memory, read it, commit to memory, and I take that out, commit to memory.
Oh, like the whole process of like
the whole like learn it, not like over a week's period, but I'm saying like in increments. In a day, you might spend an hour on it or 2 hours on it, and then the next day you might spend an hour on it. You know, you're preparing for a show, so you're getting there, you're getting it into your memory. You're saying, okay, like you said, not salient voice, suave. Okay, I need this tone here, I need that tone there, I need this here, I need to be angry there. Like your own poem, I need to make them feel like there. And like, I need to be like no there, and then finally you get it. Let me do it again, and then you're listening to yourself. You might record it, play it back. How long have you done that for? What's the longest period of time you worked on one piece?
I think so the poem I'll do later is called Poems, and basically I think it took me like less than 2 weeks to learn, but because I've not done it in a while, I might have to read it. But like I took a day out to you know, chunk it up, like cut into sections, 3 sections, and then I would learn that one piece, and then I'll recite that for the whole day, and then even when I'm in bed, I'll like recite it, and then another day I would learn the second half, the middle piece, and then another day the other piece, and then to learn that for an event, I think that took me just about a week, just under a week to do.
This is a question for you as well. You can answer if you want. This is relevant. But do you remember a show called Heroes?
Yeah.
You watch Heroes with Hiro Nakayama?
Yeah, with there were so many people. The guy that played Spock in Star Trek as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
He was Sylar.
Yeah, Sylar. Yeah, that guy had a sick.
He had a good role.
Sick power.
I met one of the guys from there. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
So do you remember the artist?
Yeah. The
his
Asian
eyes
guy.
went white. No, the artist who took heroin.
Oh yeah,
and he's supposed to paint.
And then to
paint, and then there's a point. Did you watch all of Heroes?
I think season 1 for sure.
Anyway,
season 2 maybe.
Let me get to my point. Yeah. You see, when you're doing what you're doing, when you're committed to memory, when you got one piece of paragraph, however long you do that for, you're meditating, bro.
Oh, is it? Okay.
You're meditating. You're meditating. You're constant. It's like, remember, like, okay, let's just say a Buddhist chant or whatever chants.
Yeah.
It's repetitive, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. So
you're focused on one thing.
Okay.
You're focused on one particular goal. You're focused on learning your piece.
So through the process of reciting, that's
to me, it's meditation, but we're unaware of it.
Yeah.
And then you're preparing for a stage show, but you're regurgitating words that you wrote that mean something to you. Every time you say them, like, I don't know why she loved me, but she loved me. I didn't love her, but she loved me. I don't know why she loved me, but she loved me. I didn't love her, but she loved me. I don't know why she loved me, but she loved me. That's meditation, bro, but we're unaware of it.
Yeah,
and
that's a good insight too.
You're focused on one thing, like like you said, you can't
focus.
You're focused on one thing, bro.
Okay.
You might not even be aware of your breathing. You're just in there, in the zone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you do meditate.
Okay. Right.
I think you do have the capacity to meditate, and I think that us as human beings, like, you do so many things, and you're very humble you're very humble and reserved, but like the wizard said, you're very active. You're capable of so much stuff. You're doing. If someone was to look at what you're doing, they'd be like, "What?" They'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like, wait, I don't know how you do all of that.
I love how you took off his jacket.
Yeah, no, because they're gonna just like, I don't know how you do. Mate, you do this. Mate, I'm just fucking tired just listening to you. Do you know? People out there, like, I couldn't get out of bed to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, for you have to pat yourself on the back. Also, be aware of the impact you have on the world, the impact that you're creating. Because there is a place for humility and reservedness, but there's also, you have to identify stuff.
You have to accept that your greatness, like your shine.
You change people's lives, bro. Yeah. Much as they change yours, you've changed all your events you're doing. You went from 50 to 60 to 70 people. Yeah. And that's just one event, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people you're touching, how many people's lives you're changing? If they heard one word, one poem, or they got to say one word, one poem, or something that changed their lives.
Exactly. I appreciate that.
No, it's real. That's why I just let you know.
Yeah. Because it's very important for people, like as an event runner yourself, like to just hold that space for people and just like you're giving some more than just a 15 minutes. You're giving them something for a whole lifetime. You know what I mean? And the audience as well. Yeah, that's real.
I'm gonna let you do your poem. I was trying to save it for your show, but I'm gonna say it.
Okay,
Like I've been through so much things in my life.
Yeah.
So many things, like every other people.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a poetry event, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel safe. I feel nice. I go in so many events, I don't know anybody. I've been to loads because it's all newbies and stuff. I don't know anybody. However, I know that they're there for poetry. I know that if I strike up a conversation with the person next to me, they, no matter whether they're an axe murderer or a king or a queen, they're gonna have a conversation with me about poetry, about this universal theme.
That's the thing that I was saying about your brothers and sisters.
Exactly. I tried not to say it, but it just came out now because that's what sparked the thought. And you feel the community. It's important. That it could be the one. That is not even that could be the one thing. That's something that saved my life many
poetry saved
times.
my life for sure. Yeah.
Many times. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just so it's people say, oh yeah, poetry, but like I'm saying, it's so fundamental to life. It's part of life. It's how you can see that I'm living the same as you.
Sure.
How you can see that I've got love for you. How you can see I've got love for the world. It's just so it's a lot. I can't construe it into words.
No, I hear what you say, because basically, like when we do this, right? Like when we do poetry, like we're not like. Obviously, like poetry doesn't pay that much. So the reason why we devote so much time to it is because we're getting something more than just money. There's more than a fine. Like we do this for the community, like, and also like for healing as well. And and the fact that we get to not only heal ourselves and heal others in the process, man. That there's no other art form that does that. I don't think. Well, I mean, I don't know about other art forms, but yeah, like I think for me, like, to the people I've met on this journey. And the things I've done in the space of since 2020, like I didn't think I could do all of this stuff. Like I realized, I was telling my brother, like you could be in this one thing that doesn't feed or nourish you, and you can be so mediocre at it, when you can be so great in a different thing that's so creative, like and allows you to evolve and expand and try new things and become something you didn't know you was possible. You know what I mean? And that's the thing for poetry for me, and the thing that it does for other people. And like I've seen people become more than who they are originally were when I first met them. Like just seeing RVJ evolve into the artist he is, to see J Cage be a poet, now an event runner, to just see all these people doing music projects. It's amazing, man. Like these are people that work 9 to 5s, but are more than their 9 to 5, and yeah, they're not limited. Like they're limitless, you know. So
I love that, and seeing growth in life.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Poetry's in everything. Poetry's in our lives. I mean, that's when I think we're identifying it more.
Yeah.
And get into it more, and it's just like once you get on the journey of poetry, like yourself, you're on that unicorn. Whenever you jumped on it, you're like, damn, this is good.
He's got wings.
And that's why you just, and you're such a beautiful person.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, I've got your energy's lovely.
You too, bro. Man. Like,
thank you, I appreciate you, bro. But you just like, come on.
I think the reason why I was so introvert before was because I was in a space that I didn't feel like I would be myself, and to be in poetry now, like. I am an introvert, but I'm not like I'm more in my own skin. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I like my own space, but I love that. I know that everyone in this scene is just understands. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's why I feel.
I'm gonna let you do a poem 1 second. I just want to say this to you now, like what you spoke about, and this is for you guys back at home as well. If you're going through it, because we have to apply everything to what we're applying it to. You said you used to be an introvert and you used to this and you used to. I'm not aware of which one it is.
Yeah.
But I know there's some flowers that only blossom every 5 years.
And then, oh my God.
There's some flowers that, your time, because of your beauty and your essence and what you're bringing to the world and what you have, you blossom when your time was to blossom.
I see.
And that's why you was, and the good things are worth waiting for, bro.
That's sick. Because I was just rich. There's so many different types of flowers. So there's flowers that bloom after a forest fire. I watched that in a documentary, and there's flowers that only bloom at night. There's different types of flowers, man. Yeah, like and the poem I'm doing is about the flower that blooms at night.
Oh, well,
so
and I didn't even know.
So that means I got to do that one.
That's what I'm getting from you, bro.
That's crazy. That's a sign. That is a sign.
Come on.
Okay, I memorized this one, but I have it here just in case.
No problem. I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes. Thank you so much. A poem is not a delicate dying flower in the palm of your clenched hand. It's a bear trap on your mind that refuses to let go. A poem is a grenade with its pin pulled, waiting to explode your grey matter and reveal your thoughts as string theory. The only thing that's intact is your heart. Barely. A poem does not yield or concede. It is ever persevering in the dark. It grows slow like crystal and blooms like jasmine in the nighttime. It's compact like diamond carbon bonds and changes states like water, taking forms at will. It's the voice that tells you unequivocally, yes, while the world outside is chanting no. It's the breaker of ceilings, the dream you never knew you had, but always dreamt. It's a crooked crown in a smile, the crack in a picture frame, that one ugly cry that everyone happens to see. It's the bulletproof ideals that wear ugly truths on its back, while lies are draped in delicate flammable fabrics. It feels like dancing in the rain, barefoot, walking on hot coals, stripping down to your bones and throwing up your soul. The soft smile born in the breath of the wind. The barbed wire around a chipped porcelain heart. Poems live and die in the moment, but are forever eternal. That incandescent feeling of bearing soul with no clothes, the truth played out with no shows. Unlike lies, what is true does not fabricate. The truth requires no audience. Lies need believers. Poems belong to the quote-unquote unachievers, underdogs, underground, under God, but over mountains. Poems. They are sown as seeds that become plantlings, then shed as cuttings and grafted onto souls. Plant enough of these, they become poetries that sprout pages of leaves that become a metaphorest. Poems.
Come on! Come on!
That was meant to be because you did the thing with the flowers, bro. Like I saw that, so I had to do that one now.
Yeah. there's so many moments in that for me. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy them because I can't enjoy them. I'll enjoy them when I watch it back.
Yeah, when you watch it back.
Like, because I'm trying to think, because like
it's the bulletproof ideals that wear ugly truths on its back.
Yeah, no, that was a good line, but I was in that. I liked all the line, the end of it, the Metaphorest and the trees and all that, going into the leaves and the books and all that. But I think the one that got me, and it was crazy now because it happens to me when I'm out.
Yeah.
Was the stripping down to the bones to vomit up to something.
Throwing up your soul.
Throwing up your soul. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice piece.
You know where that line comes from. So I was in Milan. It's not even exotic or anything, but I was with my friends and we were in a house party and it was raining hard, and it just raining. And instead of just trying to avoid the rain, just embrace the rain and we just ended up dancing in a car park in the rain. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was sick. It was just a wonderful moment, even though it's in my land. But I mean, nothing against my land. But you imagine something like that in the forest or in an island or something, and it happens like that. But it was just to find time in a busy city to just embrace the moment. That was really cool.
Being in that mindset of just okay, rather than trying to avoid the rain and run away from the rain,
just accept.
Or rather, accept whatever's happening at the time. Yeah, like the same way as if the sun was shining, you take your clothes off. If it was this, you gotta get a beer or whatever. Yeah. But some people will associate stuff like that with negativity. Or I got high from the rain, but it really is
the rain
cleaning the world.
Yeah, there's a cleansing there. I think it was a cleansing moment. You know what I mean? And it's just accept. There's so many things that the world is trying to give you, and because we in a rat race and we got things to do, we kind of don't see them. But if you you know what, I'm gonna take the time. It's raining now. And you're supposed to walk out after it rains because there's ions in the air, so it actually puts you in a better disposition. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, after it rains, there's ions in the atmosphere, so you should actually walk after it rains.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it raises stuff up and everything. It makes it.
There's ions, bro. Yeah, I've read it somewhere. I was like, I'm gonna do that next time.
Man. I need to hug a tree, go
hug a tree, touch grass. You know,
take
off your shoes and ground.
Just run with it.
Do it again.
Just run with the wind. Run free.
Run free. As free as the. What that song is? Wherever the grass grows.
Come on. I don't know that one. What was the one? Freedom. I know, because I'm free to do what I want to do. Come on.
This is living your
life. Come on. Do what you want to do. Don't get me start the karaoke, Don't get me start the karaoke.
That's jokes. Yeah, because I had another piece that had lines from things.
You got time,
I got time. Okay, you want that one?
Time.
This one?
No, you got time. This is your podcast. We'll do this poem.
Yeah.
If you want to do another one, you've got time. We've got a little piece of time left. And then if there's anything you want to ask me, or if there's anything you want to say to everyone out there, anything you want to get off your chest and stuff that you don't get to talk about, you want to talk about now.
Cool. I mean, anything I'll ask you, I'll probably save it for the podcast, innit?
Cool. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you want to tell anyone back home or anything, but I'm just soaking up the poetry. So thank you. Let me know when you're going to start, and I'm good.
Have I got a poem in my language? No, I want to. That's something I want to learn to do. But when I was doing the Filipino podcast, there's two of them that do incorporate the language in. So that I'm grateful for that. Yeah, because
they do poetry, yeah.
Yeah, they do poetry. So it's Teddy and Mika. They have
Teddy and Mika.
Yeah, Teddy's the guy that I do poetry and shibs with. He's actually from Camden, so
that would be good.
Somers Town, innit? And then Mika's from South London, but she's going to Philly, I think, near the end of the after August. So
she's leaving, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna leave for a bit. She'll come back because she's.
What's Teddy's stage name?
Teddy the Protector.
Teddy the Protector.
Yeah. Yeah. Poem, yeah.
One minute. And what's the other one's name?
Mika. Yeah, Micah, I think. Yeah, San Jose is her last name.
All right, let's hold tight. We've got some technical things.
Cool. No worries. Yeah, no worries.
You good?
Okay, cool. So this one is not as deep. It's basically, I was listening to, do you know Rohan RS, Poet RS, or Mr. Samuels?
Very well. I don't know why he changed his name. But
rebranding.
It's his business to change his name. He got to know that. But when I'm trying to find him, I couldn't know how to spell the name.
It's MST or something.
I'm gonna follow him anyway.
Yeah. So he's one of my older poetry friends. Like I met online from 2020, and he was doing a live like an open mic with Hazel, and I was like, I'm gonna do a poem in this.
Hazel Mehmet.
Yeah, that's it. That's them. From Shits and Scribbles. So yeah, like I actually did.
I love her too. She's amazing.
Yeah, the logo for Shits and Scribbles, I did that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like that's a little bit of me is in the scene everywhere. So yeah, like I did this piece because I was inspired by them to do it. So this kind of like a ode to like music and just anything. Not to name names, but my bae Cray, she savage, make brothers wanna vacate. Each day, not safe to say, she lays waste, she spin man. My bae Blade takes away slain in a campaign. Not to name names, so for this piece, her name will change and will remain unnamed. But my sister, sledgehammer nails and coffin, she cool, and the gang she with, roll deep, so solid. Oh no, they don't know. 21 seconds today, got to go. Hers is a tribe called Quest, more like a tribe conquest. She's from a rough ends. It's not just a black street. Southeast Asians, Europeans, and Latinx all eat. Do re mi, de la sol, 2 lattes though, pain ignited like rocket fuel. Her clan make you woo. They know the art of war like Sun Tzu. Their latte excess cream because you know cash rules. May I say my love is like whoa. Even though she at room 112 where players dwell bay, don't need to carry mace. Living in a brownstone, she carry a jagged edge. Nothing is promised. And it's in mint condition and will lullaby everything from boys to men when she at the end of the road. She's fast paced. She rush hour 2 dates. Jackie Tucker, cheap thorough. She don't want to catch case. Evidence is just faded pictures in a broken glass. She leaves no prints when she brings purple rain. She's like her father and mother, old. She's never satisfied. She moved like a tank in a lawyer bank. She a young buck pulling 50. She wants to get rich or die trying, but she gets away because she has a baby face. She crazy for the average Joe to see. Sky's the limit. Her heart ain't big, it's small, but she has faith even though she wonder if heaven got a ghetto. She's always moving, so she has to pack. She sees no changes. She may seem domestic, but she ain't into food, but she's chefing. But when Sam cook, her quiche is cold. She freaked me on another level. Madonna dance and Vogue. Far from like a virgin, she called me daddy, but when it comes to this father, Papa don't preach. My Janet Jackson, my Erica Badu up, my Erica K make it Barry White and Keith Sweat. If you twisted with the damage you usher, she usher. You got it bad if you have confessions you want to let burn. She's OCD like Monica, but when she has a target, her mantra is that the boy is mine. Though he in the ER, Maxwell, and she flew from the scene of the crime as if she had pretty wings. This woman's work, she has bodies, and if you ask me, I'll say nothing. I bear no witness, no snitching, not even to the whispers. But to know the total, to be frank, oceans, lost, bodies afloat in the sea. I hope you can swim good. It's enough to make Stevie wonder. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Allow yourselves to your imagination. Try again, but don't rock the boat. You won't last 1 minute, man. This Missy will cinder man. Stand up to her like an oak tree and see where that timber land. She put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. Sitting up in my room, a little brandy and TLC does her good. Chasing waterfalls. Without a pen and pencil, her stick will draw you out without leading. Because of she, Otis Redding, and so is James. All the while not smudging her Bobby Brown. And her new addition is this guy at 702 who thought he had soul for real. But calling me bad, I did a high five when she duppied that old dirty bastard. Once, after Heavy D, it was cutthroat. She cut close. She got bored of me and said I was just a cameo. I said, word up. It stopped being sweet like candy. Though she said IMX, it wasn't the first time, but I let electric slide. But she's always changing faces. And in the end, we always have a heart to heart. After bearing soul to soul, we're back to life. Back to reality. Ready for the world. Ready to face humanity. Ready or not? Here I come. With a bit of money and a few G's, she'll be on her way to Zion with that thing she do what? Without kid gloves, she do clap. On a hill like Lauren, she do rap. Like an avatar. World in earth, wind and fire. Do you remember? Bringing heat in September. But she like hurting, man. With all the 7 deadly sins. You can't hurry, love. She is desire. Diana, the supreme. She's all the temptations.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you so much, man. Yeah, that was amazing. That was the Metaphorest.
Thank you,
Wizard.
I was Wizard.
Kablam. That's where you get kablam. You know why you're going to get kablam.
Yeah, Wizard. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Come on.
Come on.
I was sick.
Live talks with Fawole. I almost forgot myself.
Like, comment, and
Come
subscribe.
on. Love.